Good morning. My name is Theresea Whitney. My husband and I have been married for 27 years, and it took 25 of those years to get to the place where we would fully commit our lives to the Lord that we love so much. That we would get to the place where we would commit our financial lives to the Lord that we love so much. Right now, at this point, we can look back with very humbled hearts and realize that from the beginning of our marriage, the Lord was calling us into financial obedience. But I confess to you that we were not obedient. We were selfish. We were disobedient. We were afraid. We were afraid that if we gave to the Lord all that was His, that there wouldn't be anything left for us. We were afraid that our loving God wanted too much from us, that He would understand if we needed to pay off some things or pay down some things or get some things, because He was our loving God. And honestly, sometimes we didn't give just because we didn't give. But looking back now, I know that the Lord was calling us into that. I wish I could say that we had been obedient way before now. But that isn't our story. It took us 25 years to get here. Throughout that time, we knew that the Lord was calling us. We wanted to be obedient, and so we decided to start taking some steps to try to do that. We started by attending a Crown Ministries class that was offered here at UUMC. And in that class, we learned that all that we have, which we thought was ours, really belongs to the Lord. He designed it. He created it. It was His to begin with. After that, we committed to doing whatever it took to start increasing our pledge and our financial giving to the church. No matter what it took, no matter what we had to give up, we were going to try and increase our pledge year after year. And so we started to do that. I can tell you that throughout that time, it was hard. It was a long process. It was a hard process. We were mired in debt. We had a son we were putting through college. We had lost a couple of jobs. But we decided to believe God. We decided to believe Him for all that He was and all that He said He was. And every year, no matter what it took, we increased. We never went backwards. We always increased. Sometimes it was only a little. Sometimes it was more. And throughout the time, we knew that God was just calling us to obedience. However, up until 2 years ago, we still weren't there. But we knew that the Lord was urging us even more. And so Stan and I decided to pray about it individually, and then we decided to pray about it together. And I can tell you that almost instantly we knew exactly that this was the time, that the Lord was telling us it was now. My husband, Stan, knew it better than me. He was ready to go. I was a little more hesitant. But Stan said, let's do it. And we did. And we've never looked back. I can remember the day that we signed our pledge card here in church, the day that we increased our giving to our full tithe, and the day that we walked it up to the altar on the baskets that were there. I'm pretty sure both Stan and I were crying at that time. And I can tell you, we've never looked back. We've never once regretted it. We've never once wished we'd waited another year. The Lord has blessed us beyond what we could have asked for. We have been blessed with a financial peace that really does go beyond understanding. We've been blessed with a new understanding of what giving with a joyful and grateful heart means. And we've come to this place of believing that we really can do everything and anything that the Lord would ask of us. Why do I think God wants us to be generous? Stan and I believe that God wants us to be generous as an act of our expression, as an expression of our love for Him. We love Him, and we understand more fully now everything that the Lord has done for us. He has held nothing back. He gave everything for us, everything to the point of His life. That is that's more wonderful than we can express. All I know is, how can I not want to give back to him like he's given to us? And so we try to do that with our time, with our energy, with our resources, and most especially with our finances. How can I encourage you to be generous? First of all, I would remind you that it's an act of faithfulness. And I would tell you that it's time to have the hard conversations with the Lord, to listen to what he says and then act on what he says. I would tell you that if you're feeling the Lord's prompting right now, don't wait. Don't wait another year. Don't wait until something's paid off or paid up or paid out. He's prompting you now because now is the time. I know that and I believe that. I wish I could have told you that I acted on that before, but I know it now, and I can tell you that with a confident heart. I would tell you to pray about it, to be encouraged by it, and to be faithful. The Lord loves you. He's generous, and generosity in all that we have and all that we do would be our expression of love back to him.